Hi, it's Jez here from nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm bringing you the tutorial for the Technique Tuesday video that I did last Tuesday, not video, blog hop. And the theme was using ink, and so I've used my re-inkers and used the baby wipe technique, which you may or may not have seen before, but you get some beautiful ink effects when using the baby wipe technique. So I created this background and this sort of lovely rainbowy effect on the stamping. So I did two like that, one slightly darker than the other. And can you believe that the inks I used were the Regals, and look how different they look. I'll show you how I made this card in this video, and then I've split it up. So in future videos, I'll show you how I made this one and this one. I'm not as happy with this one, but yeah, all with the baby wipe technique. So stay tuned and you can see how I did it. So to do this technique, I recommend gloves, and obviously you need your baby wipes and your re-inkers and your stamp. I'm going to make some butterflies, and this is the inside of a cereal packet, and it just protects your surface a bit. The last time I did this, my hands never recovered for days and days and days, and I ruined my grid mat. I'm actually going to put a little bit of spare grid mat under there as well, just for some extra protection. So we'll get out some baby wipes. So because my stamp is quite a big one, normally I'd like fold them over, but it's quite a big stamp, so I'm gonna leave them as the size they are. And normally I do a couple sort of folded over, so I'm going to do quite a few. Actually, there we go. What have I got there? About five baby wipes. That'll do. So we're basically creating a stamp pad there. Oops. And so I'm going to use the Regals. Just because these I recently received my Regals after them being on order for ages. So they had issues with customs and labelling for a while, but now we're all cooking on gas again. So I was going to do the ink colours, and I remembered I haven't actually ordered the ink colour re-inkers. So now then, what colour shall I do? I like Blackberry Bliss. Let's have a bit of Cajun Craze, I think, and Pumpkin Pie, and I might shove a bit of I'm going to shove a bit of crushed curry in there, I think, to lighten it up a bit. We'll see what that looks like. Let's just see how that goes. So we're just going to dot it about. So it is quite a big stamp. So as you see, it bleeds out. These two colours I don't use very often, but I thought we might get a nice effect with the butterflies, because there's lots of areas to cover, so it will give you different effect. Now I might do like a bit of cherry cobbler. And then my favourite, Blackberry Bliss. So you get different results every time. with this. So there we go. And then take my stamp. I've got half a sheet of cardstock here, and then you just go over picking up ink on your stamp pad, as it's quite a big one. I'm going all the way around, and then you stamp it down. And you get these great designs. So that is, it's quite a different sort of look that you get. So you get all these different colours. So liking that, I might, you can decide, oh, actually I might add a bit more red, because that's not coming through. That'll be because I didn't pick any red. It's like, where's the red? I can't see it. I didn't pick any red. So let's add a bit of red to it. We'll do cherry cobbler. And I might, not tried this before, but what I might now do is spritz a bit of water on there. So it's not something I've ever done before when I've done this method, but I just thought, let's give that a whirl. So obviously I haven't cleaned it off, so whatever might still been on there from last time is on there. So let's do that. Obviously I had a bit on my finger, so let's stick that down and see what we get from that. So there, we've got a bit more red going on there. We pick the other sheet up, you can see that I've added red, so that's come out a little bit sort of brighter. So that's how you can sort of change your colours a bit by doing that. So you can then go on and on and on and stamp more and more and more. You will of course use lots and lots of paper by doing that. So this is going to end up going off, so I can move this round. So now, without adding any more, let's see what we get. Let's just go over that, and it will go off the edges and things, and see what we've got. So there we go. So a nice little sort of background there, or you could die cut out some of those individual butterflies there. I think I'm going to die cut out the other butterflies. So, and then if we're going to make a card with it, we want a sentiment, and I do think sometimes it looks nice with a sentiment stamped in this thing. I haven't got a sentiment stamp out ready, so I shall just get that now. So I just thought I've got my peaceful moments, so I've just got the happy birthday and the thank you out, and I'll just stamp them on here with space around. Look at that, so that I can cut them out. See, you just get this beautiful, it's like a rainbow effect, and depending on where you've stamped, on where you've put it on the sheet, depends what you get. Love it. So get another one up there. I touched that with my hands, so I'm losing that. So we'll leave it at that. So I'm going to now show you another thing that you can do with this. So you've got it like that. Let's take another piece of card. So it's full of ink. So you can take your bit of baby wipe and you can just wipe it across the card to make an interesting background there. And I say it's got lots of ink, so you can make lots and lots of backgrounds with it. So that was, let's see what we get if we take one from underneath. And you, like that one I went straight, you can do different strokes and get different effects. Oh, didn't realise there was another one under there. So let's try it with this one and maybe do little swirls. So just getting different patterns to make some unique backgrounds like so. So that's just some of the things you can do with the baby white technique. So now let's create a card. I had another little thought as I was putting it away. This lovely image there. I've taken my gloves off now, so let's lay this back out and let's get a nice rainbow with this, and that might actually look really nice on those backgrounds. That one's really subtle, but how lovely would that look on there? So I might stick a bit more water on it to reactivate that ink and see if we can get a bit darker. Well, it's come out about the same, but it's still very lovely. So there we go. Now I'll get cleaned up. So that could be a card base. So I'm going to cut these ones out using the die that comes with it. It cuts them all out in one go. So you've got this great big die, which matches exactly with where you've stamped. So you get them all cut out in one go. You've got these sort of textured ones, a little butterfly, and then you've got these that cut out butterflies like that. So it's brilliant, this. So with the stamp set, you save 10% by buying them in a bundle. That's an absolute bargain. So I'm gonna get these die cut. So here's all our things. So I've cut out all these butterflies and I'm liking how they look. So we've got these backgrounds here. So I was thinking could do that, like trim it down a bit, and could actually then put a couple of butterflies on that, and that would be very nice. Do the same over here. And that can have some butterflies as well. So that's got the, it's another little one-ish down there. So that's quite similar look, quite like that. And then this one, we can trim them down so that they're mat sized. And we could have that. We could then stick that butterfly over the top so it's flying, and then add one of our little sentiments. So then we have these butterflies to do something with. So I'm going to cut out some card bases to mat these onto and get something to cut these out, either dies or punches. Okay, so I had a little play, and so this is what I've come up with. So I went through my sort of layering dies that I've got. So I worked out that in the Stitch So Sweetly, the biggest die fit round that nicely. So I cut these to 3 by 4. And so I can cut that out. Oh, I must have cut this one slightly smaller. I'm going to work on this one. I don't think the smaller one will fit on it. Best laid plans. I wonder, actually. This one, this is the scalloped contour dies. They go with colour and contour. So that cuts that out. So maybe, actually... Can I go a slightly smaller one? Will it get all the words in? Yeah, just. So we'll do that. So it'll be slightly different than that one. So cut them out so they layer nicely. And I used some thick basic white, and I had to cut it down to 5.5 because these are sized for US cardstock. So that is like 5.25. So it fits their 5.5 better, as you can see. So I'll get those cut out. So that's all cut out ready, and I did just manage to get that in there, so it wasn't such a disaster. And then I'm gonna stick those on like so. So we'll just get these glued in place. So this one's come out slightly darker, and I like to stick a gem or something over where the eyes are. So on that one that I made, I used the light shade of Flirty Flamingo blend to colour my pearl, and put one on each of the dots of the eye, and then I put one on the head of each of the butterflies. But I say this one's darker, so I decided to use dark Flirty Flamingo for this one. So I'm hoping, I've already inked it so that it would be ready to use. So I'm hoping that will work. You see slightly more of your beautiful wet wipe created background. So yes, I used light Flirty Flamingo on there. I've used dark on this one, and there they are, ready to go. So I like to stick them over the dots. Just think it's cute, really. Just adds a little bit of something else to the card, steps it up a little bit. There we go. For some reason I did one more than I needed. Right, now before we stick our butterflies down, I want to shape them. So I'm going to use my bone folder and just curl the wings even, and then just the body bit, and go back over the wings, and then he can fly away up there, or she. And I might do the middle bit first this time, and around that way. And I like these dies because they cut the antennae out as well. And I sometimes fussy cut butterflies when I'm doing my journals, and I often just cut, life's too short, cut round an antennae. So a little bit Tombow on there, another old butterfly at the bottom there, and one at the top. And then it is just a matter, I like to just hold them down so that they are glued in, and then I'll just stick a pearl on the butterfly's head. And that is those done. So I think those turned out really nicely. So I will link to the blog down below where I've got all the measurements and everything for this card, and I'll also link to the original blog hop as well, so you go and check out what everybody else has done with inks. I'm really excited because I love playing with inks. Okay, and I'll and look out for the other videos later. Okay, links to all my shop down below where you can purchase these lovely dies and this lovely bundle and anything else that I've used. Okay, see you again soon. Bye bye.